Well, hello and welcome. I'm glad that you're here with us again as we continue our chronological read through of the scripture. After the reigns of Rehoboam in Judah and Jeroboam in Israel, the succession of kings in the divided kingdom proceeds at a fast and furious pace. We begin our journey through it today, beginning at the end of the reign of Rehoboam in Judah, which led to a brief reign by his son Abijah and a much longer reign of Abijah's son Asa. Both Rehoboam and his son Abijah were bad kings. They didn't follow the ways of the Lord. Asa, however, did follow the ways of the Lord. He led the people of Judah back to faithfulness, back to being faithful to Yahweh, at least until his final years. And some things got a little squirrely for him at that point, but for the majority of his reign, that was the case. Jeroboam was still king in Israel when Abijah began his short reign in Judah. There was a war between the two kings, and of note to us is that Yahweh delivered Jeroboam into the hand of Abijah, even though Abijah did not follow Yahweh, but proceeded in the evil ways of his father Rehoboam. It's also interesting that Abijah's version of the split of the United Kingdom, Israel and Judah, uh, into Israel and Judah seems to be a mix of self-serving truths and half-truths that kind of completely ignores Yahweh's role. Be interesting to see what you think of it as you read that. Abijah is followed by his son Asa, who, at least at the start of his reign, followed Yahweh. Asa made a clean sweep of the foreign altars and practices in Judah, with the exception of the high places. He led Judah. The high places, by the way, seem to be very persistent, no matter how faithful the kings were. Anyway, he led Judah to seek Yahweh and to keep his commands, keep his law and commands. When Asa faced overwhelming odds against an Ethiopian army, Asa sought the Lord's help. He was granted victory. God spoke to Asa through the prophet Azariah and promised Asa peace if he would continue to follow the Lord. And indeed, Judah was at peace for nearly all of Asa's 41-year reign. Near the end of his reign, though, God allowed Israel to attack Judah from the north. Rather than seeking help from Yahweh as he had done before with Ethiopia, Asa made a pact with Syria to ensure Judah's safety. When the seer Hanani was sent by God to confront Asa with his failure, Asa reacted angrily against Hanani rather than admitting to his sin. The rest of Asa's reign was engulfed in war. Even when Asa had a disease that affected his feet, he didn't seek help from Yahweh, but from physicians. It seems a little bit out of character from what he had done as an earlier, younger king. But this is how it ends. Though he was a good king who feared the Lord and led his people to Yahweh, Asa seemed to rely more on himself than on God in his life, at the end of his life, and as his reign came to a close. Tomorrow we're going to look at the kings of the northern kingdom of Israel, leading up to King Ahab, and we'll look at the start of the reign of King Jehoshaphat in Judah. May God be with you and bless you. As always, I pray that our time together is helpful and that you're learning and growing.